And this is the development of the city that I've completed now, and this is like a rough part, a rough development. So we've got here an early sphere, and there again, and someone called this a buckyball, which is true. And I molded this up from a basic polygon shape and edited it a lot. You can see here the final versions of it. You can see it's all quite a mess, this scene, but it's my scene. I can do what I like with it as long as the final product is working, which it is. So that's an indented negative for part of the half of the dome, which I'm going to show you here. Like that. So that's the 3D print. And then this is the other half, and that's got the positives going in like that. Here's the development of the piece. And we've got the logo, the 3 Zs. I was looking at satellite dishes on the main structure, so that didn't go to the final thing. These gantries were quite hard to develop, so you can see in the final product they're actually proper gantries, I say, reaching into the box with all the 3D prints, making a nice sound. So that's one of the gantries. That's about it really, and I was kind of stuck to start with, so I sketched out like a pod shape, and to start with I made all these funky cubey shapes that I think I should save in a separate file. Oh, sorry about this. Save in a separate file, because there's lots of ideas for future stuff. So sometimes you work on stuff and this is like what the final shape looked like, but there's loads and loads of other possibilities as it disappears off the screen. So there's cubes going on. That could be like a stacked cube idea for a sort of city I might want to do based on cyberpunk. If you check out my blog, by the way, I just did a scene inspired by the stacks on Ready Player One. This has got stuff going on. So yeah, so basically that's the ideas factory part where I was stuck and you start making shapes, and you can, I'd also recommend to do that in real life, so you can do that with clay or plasticine as well. So that's part of the 3D scene. So model kits for me as well. I want to do future ones and set up photographs and make them really look awesome, you know, like Hollywood-esque or something like out of a sci-fi book. And I find of the years working with 3D print, what I'm saying, the years working with 3D graphics, I got to a stage where it just wasn't me. It didn't feel very fluid or analog. I'm not one of these people that likes really too much technical stuff going on. So I really like these 3D prints because you can really play with them in real life. So that's good. So this printed out okay. The gantries are a bit suspect. I might have to work on these a wee bit more for later versions, but as it stands now, the kit's for sale and it's all printable. What happens here is basically the support was there, so it starts knocking. So as it gets to the top, it strings along. But then again, I'm not an engineering-y kind of person. I like art, so I like random stuff. It doesn't compute with some people, and they don't like that. But if you're like me, sometimes mistakes are good. And here is the stand. So I was quite pleased about what I came up with. I was coming up with loads of ideas to do with the stands, and they all look kind of crap. You might think this one's crap, but the other ones were worse. But this is no, this isn't crap. Actually, I think it's good. And I've got, if I do so myself, so I've got the etching there, 3 Zs. Possibility you could light it from below. There's my signature. My signature lately, I've taken down the O because someone said it looked like James A. Bello. And anyway, so this, I've just switched the camera off, I can't see. And the pod rests on here, as you can see in the photos. There's loads of possibilities. And I've got this box full of prints, but you wouldn't get that. So if you ordered this, you'd get a later version of a box like this. So this is the prototype box. The sides are stuck on randomly. Not randomly, that's a terrible word anyway. The sides are stuck on each, you know, there's, what I'm trying to say, I can't speak today. This would wrap round as one print, and you get a nice box with all these elements in a plastic bag as well, if you order the physical print, or if you order the electronic files, you get this box anyway with a few bits of the print already in it, and it's up to you to print the rest out. And the product design was a bit of a project in itself, and again, for this I wanted to use open source tools. So this is Krita, Krita, and the photographs were set up with an SLR camera, and then done some post-processing. I'd recommend Gleb Alexandrov, Creative Shrimp. He does some good tips on how to process your 3D renders actually in GIMP or Photoshop, but you can use it for actual photos as well.